WNBA record for assists in a game, and Vandersloot's return to the lineup.
Vegas is in second place in the league. You could have looked at this as potentially a trap game based on the record for Chicago, 6 wins, but they've been in a lot of close games in the fourth quarter, and 124 points in the last game kind of gets your attention before the Commissioner Cup.
Yeah, franchise record 124 points in that Chicago win over Portland. Smith Cardoso take the tip, not to the backcourt of the Sky, underway with Chicago at home. First possession.
Chicago would like to get Camila Cardoso established on the block in that Asia Wilson matchup.
Cardoso down low. She went 13 for 13 in that win. That was a WNBA record for made field goals in a game without a miss. Las Vegas, they put up 90 points per game. That's 4th best in the W. They've cleared the 100-point mark 5 times. Cutting to the rim, Jackie Young. Crowd wanted to travel, did not get it. Shot clock down to 3. Wilson from distance. She's now missed her last 11 threes.
Yeah, I think Tyler Marsh will take that defensive possession, even though Vegas got a couple of sides and moved the ball. It was late in the clock, and then there was a rim presence.
Oh, that's beautiful. Phenomenal. Camila Cardoso breaks the seal a minute in. Inside, transition, Alyssa Smith, and a foul. So Alyssa Smith, a transition bucket, part of the reason why she leads the W in field goal percentage, shooting 68%.
She runs ahead of the basketball in transition, and when you watch Vegas up the floor, 94 feet, they spread the floor, and they run hard. They've got a lot of weapons when there is space on the floor.
The Aces have won 9 of their past 11. Sky back-to-back wins over Portland. Before that, they'd lost 6 in a row. Taylor has been on fire as of late. That one way off, but a great save to keep this one alive. Cardoso, she just doesn't miss.
2 feet in the paint is going to be 2 points for Cardoso. She catches it that deep at 6'7". She's such a huge target. And a really good finisher inside 3 feet.
So going back to last game, she's now made 15 of her last 15. Young curls around a screen, uses a hesitation to get past Cardoso. Count it, and a foul.
And that's an example of that space that I'm talking about, Chris. When you spread the floor, Jackie Young comes around the corner, and she's going right at that outside hip of Cardoso. She sees a big lane. It's a straight line drive. And you're not going to knock Jackie Young off her line when she's headed to the rim.
And she's a 92% free throw shooter. Cashes out on a 3-point play. And Debbie, one of the things that you talked to each coach about before the game was, okay, the dynamic here of how does Cardoso defend in space, because the Aces will test you.
Yeah, well, they have multiple weapons they can pull her away. I think we're going to see a lot of Elizabeth Williams today as well.
Cardoso lost it on the way up. If that's a shot attempt, it ends the streak. Contested loose ball left of the lane, and a whistle and a jump ball. All right, we gotten the word from Las Vegas that Kennedy Carter is officially active for this game. Again, she's played in only 10. She's missed the last 5 due to illness. So we'll see if she does make an appearance.
And we did watch her warm up.
Tip to Cardoso. She missed one. She does not miss again. And another winning play by Gabriela Jaquez. Rookie from UCLA. Just affects the game in so many ways. Talbot inside, gets it off the glass.
Talbot has the ability to invert from the block. She sees the matchup with Taylor and knows she's got a size advantage.
Skylar Diggins running the show at the starting point guard spot, averaging 5 assists per game to lead the Sky. Jaquez cut off in the lane, defended by Young. Taylor gives it a try, setback elbow, Jay, no, and Wilson clears.
Chelsea Gray, eyes to the rim, butt to the sideline, assessing all options up the floor.
Eyes everywhere, and an incredible bounce pass into the lane, but Smith can't pay it off. Diggins floats, Stevens there, can't finish. Gray's late rotation affected it. Stevens gets it back, undeterred. And another chance at a 3-point play.
I like what Tyler Marsh is thinking. Early action offensively up the floor. That early step up allows Azurá Stevens to get to the rim. Really unguarded from the weak side. Azurá does a good job of rebounding her own miss and staying with it.
In her 9th year out of UConn, Fallon Smith, her first.
She's out of UConn, but she's really from Cary, North Carolina. You know I got to stick that in there. We went to the same high school.
And you said all your records at this point, if you had any, would be long gone. If you had any. Flipping into the lane, that jumper doesn't go. Sky on the run, up 1. Taylor over her last 6, 21 a game. Great pass into the lane. Wilson rotates over and blocks the shot of her fellow South Carolina center out of bounds.
See, that action is really emerging for Chicago because Cardoso's getting so much better at flipping her hips in that twist action and rolling quickly downhill. At 6'7", that is a lot to guard.
It's a battle for real estate in the paint. In fact, all the field goals in this game have been scored in the lane. Taylor from the wing. So a couple of bad misses for Sydney Taylor. Let's check in with Emily.
Well, I just wanted to add a fun wrinkle about Cardoso's record-setting night. She did it while wearing A'ja Wilson's signature Nike shoe, the A1s, and A'ja actually commented on a social media post about her performance, just giving her some love, and Cardoso responded by saying, "It was the shoes," and she's wearing them again tonight.
The shoe connection, the college connection.
Yeah,
but love to see that support.
Those Gamecocks stick together.
But they're right at it one-on-one, and that time Wilson wins.
A'ja Wilson in a one-on-one is just unguardable from the elbow into the rim.
I wonder if ball players just have nightmares about that. One-on-one at the elbow against Wilson. Good luck. Backcourt violation. Chicago making a couple of substitutions. Natasha Cloud and Courtney Vandersloot coming. ACL last June, and her first game back was last time out.
It is great to see Courtney back after a year's worth of rehab and work on that ACL to return from surgery and to be back. And I'm sure Chelsea Gray is saying, welcome back.
The officials coming
and,
together
excuse me,
here.
Jewel Lloyd, who's in that matchup.
I love what Tyler Marsh told us about how Vandersloot attacked the rehab process, mentioning that she has nothing left to prove. So for her to take that mentality to her rehab of not only from day to day, but also encouraging her teammates while she was out, she really showed that leadership. Meanwhile, the officials come together, award the ball to the Sky.
And with Courtney Vandersloot on the floor, she'll run the point guard position. She'll initiate and command the offense.
Taylor glides, scores.
That was an example of what you can do down 15 pounds. The glide through the rim.
Get downhill. That's what Coach Marsh said loves about the skill set of the rookie guard. Meanwhile, Chelsea Gray on the other end.
I don't know if anybody uses a board better than Chelsea Gray.
Comes in averaging 12 per game. Wilson contests, but Taylor scores.
Again, look at the athleticism of Sydney Taylor. Started her career at UMass, finished her college career at Louisville, undrafted and a starter in the WNBA.
Wilson rolls to the rim and count it. We have two teams that are in the top 6 in the league in pace. Sky's second and the Aces 6th. Cardoso, couple of dribbles as she catches and banks it in. We are flying to begin this one. Wilson gives it a try from the elbow, gets the shooter's touch.
Can you see how they scored 124 points in the last game? This is great.
You see how the Aces have scored over 105 times this year. Stevens gets it to go from distance as he's been struggling from 3 early this season.
You know I'm all about offense, so I love a pace and an efficient pace.
It is bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket. And not many whistles. Gray, a leaner in the lane. Everything that either team throws in the air goes in. A sizzling start in Chicago. Taylor dishes through the arms of Cardoso, but it gets the Cloud for 3 and finally a miss. Tied at 18. Smith bumped and will head to the line. South Carolina centers Cardoso and Wilson going at it.
Cardoso with a finish at the rim. And Asia with a turnaround J from the elbow. Teams are playing well early.
Against Becky last year, so looking for that first win against Hammond and the Aces.
They call each other after losses. They call each other after wins. It's a really good relationship.
Melissa Smith at the free throw line, and Kennedy Carter for the first time since June 13th in for Las Vegas out of that timeout. So Carter, who had that hard fall back in the end of May, and she'd only played 16 minutes in the game since, just a couple of games, limited minutes, then missed 5 in a row due to illness. But when she was healthy at the beginning of the year, she was the most dynamic player in the league off the bench.
She is a downhill, hard-driving, incredibly intense, high-motor player. And she's incredibly fit as well. We'll see what her motor's like today.
Stevens thought about it from 3. Wilson bit on the pump fake, and Azare Stevens can't get the jumper to go. Offensive rebound for the Sky. Vandersloot, one of the best playmakers this league has ever seen. Her jumper's off the back rim. Third chance. Elizabeth Williams inside, in off Tyler Marsh's bench.
With this lineup on the floor right now for Tyler Marsh, this is a little bit more defensive-minded. Like, they should be pressing up more defensively and try to force the catches out a little bit further for Vegas.
This is nearly a full second unit. The only starter remaining in is Stevens. That's an offensive foul called on this end. A key whistle on that most recent sequence. Elizabeth Williams gets the handoff, deposits 2. Sky up 3, and it's first 22 in the paint.
A lot of that is Cardoso, and a lot of it is Elizabeth Williams. Some of it is off the bounce. It forced Becky Hammond to call a timeout. Tyler Marsh's defensive pressure up the line, overplaying, pushing the catches out, and then their straight line drive on the other end. I'd be looking for a backdoor play right here by Vegas.
Jackie Young at the controls. I'm looking weak side to see if I see any of those cuts. As Carter tiptoes the baseline, she stepped out of bounds. Las Vegas has won 9 of their last 11. They started the season 4-3. Their losses in that stretch of 9 of 11 wins was last Tuesday against New York, and a 30-point loss to Dallas. Bounce pass is kicked.
I mean, the timing of the cuts, how hard Chicago is cutting right now, that creates gravity and space.
It's been one of the themes on our broadcast this year, the gravity that the superstars in this league have on and off ball. Aisha Coulibaly, congratulations, just signed her full rest of season contract. She was on a developmental contract for the beginning of the season. 5-point advantage, Sky's largest. Young feeds the corner. Jumper by Lloyd, no. Wilson grabs.
It's amazing to have 38 assists. That speaks to the connectivity and the understanding of roles and how hard Chicago plays.
A chance for 4 for Jackie Young. Cloud tried to fight over the screen.
Natasha Cloud is an aggressive defender, so you got to get skinny over that. I think she did get over the top. I think she bumped Jackie Young from behind.
Young scoring numbers down this year, but her assist numbers up. And completes the 4-point play. Averaging just under 7 assists per game to go along with Chelsea Gray over 7 dimes a contest. Williams, she has the touch.
Look how quickly Elizabeth Williams gets into her footwork on a go-to.
Carter, go-to J, off left rim. Looking for her first points in her return. Diggins, eyes up. Looking for teammates, J.C. Sheldon from the free throw line. Not quite. Young, a pull-up 3. Bullseye! Back-to-back 3s for Jackie Young.
I mean, when you're shooting it as well as Jackie Young is, and you've got rebounders, you go ahead and pull the trigger in transition.
Former #1 pick back in 2019. Williams double team. Two smaller players on her, and they're reaching. Young came from the opposite side. That they're going to get Lloyd.
Look at Elizabeth Williams right here. One dribble to the baseline, spin, and over that left shoulder. And then Jackie Young drives Sheldon back in transition. Knows where her feet are and pulls the string on a three.
I remember what you've been mentioning on our games this year as the W has more players this year that can make the defense wrong no matter what. That might have been an example. What are you supposed to do when Young's dribbling down the court? You back off, she's going to shoot the pull-up, you come close, she'll drive right by you.
Well, your pickup point's got to be earlier, right? You got to pick her up quicker. But yes, to that point, Chris, make the defense wrong. More players, no matter what defensive scheme you throw at them, however you guard them, they do that. They make shots.
Almost third in a row in this first quarter. Just popped out. Sheldon from the corner. And Cheyenne Parker-Dias, who had 13 points in the win against Dallas on Thursday for the Aces. Then off that bench. Wants a touch. Offensive-minded big. Fader, no. Carter, the hustle. Kennedy Carter. And that's what she provides for Coach Hammond.
That's going to make her head coach happy. That's a hustle play, an aggressive offensive rebound. Can you make plays without them running a play for you? Can you go unscripted offensively?
Cloud splash. Debbie, we have a chance of both teams eclipsing 30 points in the first quarter.
Come on, Chris, bring it. It's a beautiful, sunny, hot day outside in Chicago.
Offense is just as hot. Carter. And so far, they have come to play. 31 all as we start the second. Young probes inside, takes the contact, and will head to the free throw line to shoot two.
Jackie Young with 10 first quarter points, a third of the offense for Las Vegas with a couple of assists as well. So talented facing up, so strong off the bounce. It's a pretty good guard package for Becky Hammond over there with Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, and Jewel Lloyd.
You mentioned South Carolina, Notre Dame well represented with Young, Skylar Diggins on the other side. But you see her grow throughout her 8 years in the league. What do you feel like she's added to her game, Jackie Young, the last couple of seasons?
Oh my goodness, her three-point ability is the number one thing. She has really increased her range, and I think she's really increased her decision-making with the ball. I mean, her ability to read into the second and third level is very high level.
This game's already had 15 lead changes. That's why we're having so much fun courtside. Cardoso step through. Nothing you can do about it.
Really nice feed by Skylar Diggins. Draw two, throw it to the 6-7.
And she has 10 points. Turnover, Las Vegas.
Watch the defense collapse on the basketball right here. Kennedy Carter does a good job of getting over the top, but there's no rotation on the backside. Chelsea Gray a little bit late, and Skylar Diggins gets that roll right down the middle. And when Cardoso rolls quickly to the front of the rim, that's going to be 2 points.
That's one of the things that she's worked on, being decisive, rolling to the basket. Dangerous pass. Koulibaly does save it. Crosses over, slices inside. Jaquez step back, won't fall. A rare interior miss for the Sky. Las Vegas, they're shooting 63%. Like a blur.
Goodness.
Kennedy Carter, look out.
When you get your hips and shoulders past your defender and you play the game low to high, you look like you are explosive. Look at this first step past Jaquez to the rim. Kennedy Carter, my goodness. What a finish. That's what you call playing the game low to high right there, Chris.
We're at the United Center. A lot of high flyers that have played in this building. One specifically that wore the number 23. You never want to necessarily make those comparisons, but that was impressive.
Not doing that yet.
Here's Carter running the floor, triple team. Step back, Bell off the front of the rim. Cardoso outlets. Diggins still looking for her first points.
Look at the way Bree Turner gaps it up and holds Skylar away from the rim. Really nice job of showing numbers in the gaps in transition.
Turner up high, setting that screen. Two-player game with Gray, who fades and scores. She has all the angles.
Ways to get into the league, so she grinded. And as far as when Debbie asked her if she's surprised she's where she is, Debbie, what'd she tell you?
She said no, she's not surprised. And I love the confidence, Emily, because no one knows how hard you work when you're by yourself in a gym, in your overseas, and you're eating and nutrition and workouts, and all of it's different, and you're by yourself. But Tyler Marsh believed also, and here she is.
Not only does Tyler Marsh believe, but Taylor has won over the veteran teammates. Whether it's Natasha Cloud or Courtney Vandersloot, Skylar Diggins, all rave about the work that Taylor has put in from the moment she's arrived as the Sky turned this one over off the inbound. As we take a look at the CarMax player spotlight, and of course it is Sydney Taylor. Her last 6 games, one of the most productive stretches a rookie has ever had for the Sky.
When you're on a list with Elena Deladon, who also played here, yeah, I think that's very impressive. And she went into the Hall of Fame last night also.
Chelsea Gray draws the contact on Diggins, 2 veterans going at it. First on Diggins. You're a part of that ceremony. Give you an opportunity here to kind of share your thoughts of what went down yesterday.
And what an incredible class, 2006. Congratulations to Cheryl Reeve, who won in the game prior to us. She needs one more win to be the all-time wins leader in the history of the WNBA. It was a star-packed weekend in Knoxville for sure.
Chelsea Gray, 3rd in the WNBA in assists. That roar you hear is Asia Wilson has fans everywhere, and she's back in for Coach Becky Hammond. Largest lead of the game for Las Vegas. Diggins knifes inside, uses the left. Everything but the basket. Carter, Euros in the paint.
Oh my goodness, as fast as she goes to slow step and change of pace. I always say Kelsey Mitchell's the fastest player in the league with the ball in her hands, but Kennedy Carter might be a close second. She goes full speed and then changes gears immediately at the rim.
Second on Cloud. Enhance the way at WNBA. With WNBA ID, you can easily sign in across devices, get personalized content, unlock VIP access to the league. Scan the QR code to create your free account today. A return to the lineup for Kennedy Carter. And she wasted no time showing what the Aces have been missing. Her firepower off that bench. A whistle, it almost was before that push, but Bell does get called. I think the initial contact and then the lean after the fact.
Well, there's no question the lineup on the floor for Chicago is built for speed. A lot of contact right there. You see, Bell pushes Cloud into Gray.
Diggins with the right on the left side, couldn't finish. Another loose ball whistle. And they're going to get Jackie Young. Her first personal. Second on Las Vegas with 6:19 to play in this first half. 7-point lead. Both teams got over the 30-point mark in the first quarter. Wilson can't believe that call.
It's the 3rd team foul. You don't want to put Chicago in a bonus early and give them real easy offense at the line.
Cloud navigates. Cardoso rolls. Switch with Wilson defending perimeter. Cardoso inside. There's 2 wins to a switch.
She used a gather dribble to be able to score on that one.
You counted the dribbles of Cardoso on all her buckets this year.
Well, coming into this game, she had 99 field goals and only dribbled 37 times to get those 99 buckets.
Wilson with a block shot. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Sensational on that end. 3-pointer corner pocket locket for Kirsten Bell. And then an immediate whistle and a technical foul as Bell glared over to the Sky bench.
It's 3 consecutive plays at the rim that Skylar Diggins comes up empty, and then there's the triple in the corner, and it is a momentum swing. Somebody threw the ball down. That's why the technical, I believe, from Chicago.
Yeah, it's a technical on Diggins. So, you know, looking over at that bench and that glare, but the technical was on Diggins for the Sky.
Well, she's frustrated. That's 3 consecutive trips at the rim that she comes up empty.
So not only the 3, you add on a technical foul free throw, and suddenly it's a 9-point lead. Getting Cardoso rolling to the rim, draws all the attention. The defense pinching in to create some space on the perimeter. Aces do rotate. Taylor in the air. She's an athlete.
Hang time.
Young steps into it. Cash.
Oh, come on. Jackie Young's just playing with him right now. Cardoso can't get out and contest that. Transition defense a problem for Chicago right now.
First double-digit lead, and Young is 15. Cloud finds Diggins. A rainbow 3 off right side. Carter lets that one sail out of bounds. There's not much you can do against Jackie Young when she has the shot going in the way she does tonight.
Well, transition defense has to be better, and your pickup point has to be higher so that they can't drive you back to the 3-point line. If you're picking up Vegas at the 3-point line, it's too late. You look at Cloud, really push up on Jackie Young.
Doesn't matter. She's sensational.
Come on.
Sizzling from 3-point range.
I think she gives a little wink at her college coach, Niele Ivey, on the way up the floor.
She has 18. Cardoso gets 2 off that largest deficit. Well, right now, Chicago has to find a way to get some stops.
Jackie Young ought to call her own number right here.
She's off the ball, Cloud on her, sets the screen. Wilson now screens for Young. Doubled off of it, no surprise. Carter, shot clock at 5, shakes the defender, takes the 3, front iron. Vandersloot. Cloud, you have all these all-time assist leaders on the floor at the same time as Stevens back rims the 3.
We have 4 of the top 10 if you count Becky Hammond on the list in the game today. She's number 10. Gray's number 6.
Vandersloot 2, Cloud 9. Taylor, active defensively, nearly forced a steal, but you left open Gray. Can't do that. Chelsea Gray with a grin on her face. She has 12. Inside Stevens, the hoop and the harm. And she will strut to the stripe for 1 more.
7 triples in the game so far for the Las Vegas Aces. And they are uncontested. Well, except for this one. That's a little contested right there. That is, and she's looking at Niele Ivey right there, going back up the floor, her college coach going, Coach, I didn't shoot 3s for you when I was at Notre Dame, but I shoot them now.
Look how much better I am now. Gray on that last foul, her first, and Stevens completes the 3-point play. Fun crowd here at the United Center. Moving over from Wintrust Arena for the game this afternoon. Contested entry pass, Wilson getting all the attention. She hasn't scored in about 10 minutes.
Well, the guards are scoring in transition, and part of the reason why the guards are open is because she does run the floor hard. Now, at some point, she'll say, get me the ball. But right there, that was, if you don't throw that ball in there, that foul doesn't get called. Cloud was trying to get on top of that. Asia Wilson post up on a switch.
Both teams over the limit. Wilson, an 83% free throw shooter. Diggins back in, Cloud out. So 1 of 2. Her first points in over 11 minutes. I have a feeling it won't be her last. Diggins, powerful drive against 2. Wilson alters. Also Talbot active defensively. Young carves, fires, rotation, Gray, in and out. Wilson finds the loose change. Cardoso defending, slapped away. Camilo wins that matchup. Taylor, in and out. Cardoso got a paw on it, but the Aces on the run. They have numbers 4-on-3 if they hurry. What a pass! Young, Wilson's rejected. Oh, the hustle. The W at its best. Cardoso, that won't go. And Wilson pulls.
That was Sydney Taylor that came from all the way on the weak side to block that Asia Wilson shot.
Wilson, she'll go back to the free throw line as Stevens frustrated all season long. It's been a great watch.
I know they're having a great time in there. They're a fun group to be with.
Well, we spent some time in the studio pregame this year as well. Asia Wilson at the free throw line, front iron on the first. She's missed a couple of free throws today.
I think the transition defense of Chicago has to be better. Part of that is shot selection. Skylar Diggins continues to go to the rim and is coming up empty. You may need to get in there and play off 2 feet and make a play to somebody else.
Naturally saying, like, how can Chicago slow down Las Vegas? Right now, the Aces just cruising. They're shooting 61% from the floor. Opportunity to attack here, semi-transition.
Well, you really got to close the space on Jackie Young. There's a good double team, but nobody goes for the ball, and Asia Wilson is the aggressor there and comes up with an easy 2.
Look what I found. 15-point lead. Vandersloot, great to see her back. Left-handed layup won't fall. She thought it was tipped. They roll Aces possession.
Look at this play right here. They double team off the ball screen. First time we've seen that change schematically by Chicago, but they don't come up with a loose ball.
Young, a wrap pass. Trying to find Lloyd, never got there. Stevens flies up the floor, that stretch 4. Gabriela Jaquez inside, hit the wall of Jackie Young. Bounces, Talbot is fouled and will head to the line for just free throws 12 and 13 this season.
Again, it's transition defense. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. Like, they have to stop the ball. Vegas runs hard and wide, and they are consistently good at that. And there's a lot of weapons. It creates a lot of space when you do that thing. Do that habit fundamentally every time.
Chicago plays fast offensively. Got to get back defensively. Miami, the big 3 coming in hot. CBS Sports brings you the reigning champs, the legends, and all the drama. Watch it live from the 3:05 next Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
You were there yesterday. How's our friend Nancy Lieberman doing?
In Detroit, and yeah, Nancy Lieberman's team got a win, dramatic game. Always great to see Nancy Lieberman.
It's kind of cool she's coaching her son, TJ.
TJ can get buckets. Skilled. Largest lead of the game, and Skylar Diggins cuts into it. First points, Debbie.
Confident player, keeps attacking. You can see her breathe a sigh of relief.
Came in leading the team in scoring at over 14. Lloyd misses a 3. Can Chicago close the quarter strong? Stevens feeds. They can hold for 1 if they want, but Stevens says, I got this inside.
Nice job of J.C. Sheldon to get in the paint, draw some help, and drop it off.
So they got the 2 points. Now Vegas has the last look.
To combat that.
Yeah, we got to have good possessions offensively, but defensively, they're just not feeling our presence enough. We got to be more plugged in with our bodies. We got to impact the ball a little bit more.
What was the message in the locker room with the second half on the way?
Just that, our physicality wasn't where we needed to be versus team.
Thank you, good luck.
Thanks.
That physicality, defensively, that's where your focus was for the Sky in our halftime talks.
I think he's right about part of their offensive execution led to breakouts by Vegas, and then transition defense becomes really a challenge. But I love the way they trapped and blitzed the last couple of defensive possessions. And there's a lot of ways you can speed up the game to create more possessions. I think we're going to see Tyler Marsh's team pick up their level. They're already picking up their point full court here defensively. And I think we'll see a little bit more high risk, high reward challenges with their defense.
And the Aces test you as well as any team does in this league. You mentioned that high pickup point. That is something we will track throughout this half. Boy, Melissa Smith wanted a foul, did not get the whistle. Scorer on the team this year at over 14 per game, had just 3 in the first half.
Melissa Smith with those 2 first half fouls only played 7 minutes in the first half. She's back on the floor.
Diggins rushed that one. Late shot clock, finally established possession, and then the jump ball. So Jackie Young on the deck.
Jaquez always seems to be around those hustle plays for Chicago. Just a rookie in this league, of course, fresh off that national championship with UCLA.
Then those 5 first-round picks. One of the most talented teams in college basketball history. A jump ball and then a jump ball. One leads to the next. You liked it a lot the first time. We'll do it one more time. This time, Jaquez against Talbot.
I think they're discussing whether Jaquez had possession or not before the jump ball. They got 22 on the shot clock. Was there a change of possession on the jump ball? A jump ball that leads to another jump ball?
Officials say, yeah, we'll just leave it at 21. And Jaquez scoops it up and lays it in just like that. I think just a lot of players were confused about what was going on there.
Unscripted, makes a play based on pure hustle and IQ.
Isn't that basically her scouting report?
It is. That's exactly what her scouting report. A hard cutter, good defender. Look at the help at the midline.
Blow by. Jackie Young now has 20.
Even when you have 1 foot in the paint on the opposite side, and there were 3 players that had 1 foot in the paint, it's still not fast enough to get to help side when Jackie Young's driving.
Seems to be no right answers defending Las Vegas. Late shot clock on this possession. Jaquez cut off. Just 2 to shoot. Stevens has to launch and rattles it through. Shrugs her shoulders as she moves back down the court. So the Aces built a double-digit lead for a good chunk of that second quarter. It's an 8-point game. Whistle away from the ball, the bigs battling. Skylar Diggins gets called for the foul, though. That's her 3rd.
Watch the screen right here. And the switch, and then it's just too quick. Once she sees Cardoso, we saw that in the first half as well. She attacks that hip, and she's gone.
And she has a jumper going today as well. Wilson off the great feed.
Really nice slice cut.
Taylor crosses over on Talbot. Great perimeter defender. Stevens launches again. It's only a matter of time before she gets hot from 3. Had a cold start to the year, but a good shooter. Wilson running the floor. She can score in all the different ways.
You see that long 3 leads to a breakout by Las Vegas. I think Tyler Marsh's team, as much as they want to speed up their number of possessions on the defensive end, I think they've got to make Vegas play side to side a little bit more.
3rd foul on Stevens. BET Awards 2026 tonight. Watch live performances by Kalani, T.I., and Cardi B, plus a star-studded tribute to D'Angelo. BET Awards 2026, hosted by Drewski tonight, 8/7 Central on BET.
2 free throw attempts for Chicago, and Vegas is 16 for 21 from the free throw line.
Big difference in the box score so far. Diggins just hasn't had her rhythm from that area of the floor. Her touch shots have just bounced off the rim.
Well, and then there's the top shot blocker lurking back there, and Asia Wilson. They could throw off everybody's rhythm.
Smith, 68% from the floor this year. A lot of shots like that, but that time it rolled off.
Really good rebound in a crowd by Cardoso.
Stevens wanted it. Azurá Stevens, in and out.
You know, she's wide open. She is a stretch four. She has to keep shooting it till she shoots her way back into rhythm.
Wilson finds Smith in the mid-range. Diggins controls that. So you can see the Sky getting some stops here. Can they string together some buckets? Taylor curls, lobs, intercepted. Jackie Young.
They keep going single side action, and I think they need to get to the other side of the floor because Vegas is just running off their misses, and they're not in balance in transition defense.
You hear it from all the different coaches. Your defense leads to your offense, vice versa. You score, then you can set your defense. There's a reason why it's a game of runs. Stevens hits that three, then sort of shrugs, saying it's about time that one fell in.
And that's Skylar Diggins screening her own player, which freed up Azurá behind the three-point line. Gave her some space.
Stevens has been dared to shoot a bunch. He has 17 points. Wilson curls in hand. Smith deposits two. And then Wilson just might pick up a dime off the ground as she went off the ground. Was that the celebration?
Is that what that was? Good catch, partner.
She was dropping dimes there. Stevens against Wilson. And Stevens will head to the line. So yeah, A'ja Wilson being involved early third.
It's just a really good job of recognizing the mismatch. This right here is a post-up move, and she drops it off to Smith.
It's the first 5 games of this season did Stevens with a left knee injury. She returned in that game on CBS against Minnesota. And she's earned her way back into the starting lineup.
Skylar Diggins' body position is forcing Young into the screen, and then they rotate out of it. Good job by Chicago.
Taylor, mid-range, perfect.
That's a great defensive possession by Chicago that leads to a 15-footer at the nail.
She's the third in double figures for Chicago, 11 points. Wilson spins, and Cardoso boards. Diggins directs, Cardoso on the roll. She was 13 for 13, a career-high 30 points last time out in the win against Portland. Sky have scored 6 in a row.
Again, attacking Cardoso in that ball screen coverage. Doing a really good job, Becky Hammon's team, of putting Cardoso in as much action away from the rim as possible.
So if you're in Chicago, do you try to switch up the matchups to avoid the high screen and roll, or is there just not much you can do?
Well, you're going offense-defense is kind of what you're doing with Cardoso right now.
Try to make them pay on the other end. Although Elizabeth Williams is at the scorer's table, wonder if that substitution is for Cardoso.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be because she can guard that ball screen cover actions better.
Whistle in transition. Hand check foul on the perimeter. And a chance to make those substitutions.
Look how far away from the bucket they bring Cardoso in this ball screen coverage. She's probably trying to lateral show right there, but Jackie Young is just way too quick for that.
And you called it. Cardoso to the bench. Williams in. That's foul on Alyssa Smith, her third. Diggins chisels inside, but her pass intercepted. Upset with Williams. They weren't on the same page. Joel Lloyd triggers. It hits. A three from the corner. First points for Lloyd. Oh, Cloud lost it. Indecisive on the pass. Timeout. Cloud attacks and gets fouled.
And there can be no challenge on this. Becky Hammon is all the way to the hash.
I don't know who's shaking their head more, Becky Hammon or A'ja Wilson.
The former defensive player of the year thought there was no contact on that.
They signaled Lloyd for the foul. And Lloyd's like, wait a minute. I wasn't in that play.
Well, she got beat. Let's see, right here, is there a push in the back? Oh, she's got her hand on her back.
Yep. We see everything here. You can't get away with it. Delay of game warning. Next one is a technical on Vegas. Cloud. Short arms the second, Las Vegas, 79-65. Kennedy Carter. So he played in the first half for the first time since June 13th. And she is energy off that bench. Turns the corner and gets to the line.
There are two players that are this kind of explosive. Kelsey Mitchell at Indiana is one, and Kennedy Carter. It's the way they, through traffic, play the game low to high and protect the ball.
Take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Tonight, New York, Golden State on ESPN. Tuesday, Las Vegas and New York for the Commissioner's Cup on Prime Video. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app.
The delay of game was because somebody from Vegas didn't have their shirt tucked in.
The fundamentals
Just
are
telling
still
you, that's
being emphasized.
what it is.
the whole high school rule. Left wing three. J.C. Sheldon sees it go through for her first points. Excellent shooter, 35% from three this year.
Again, a really good defensive lineman on the floor. You can expect they're going to trap when you have this alignment on the floor defensively. And they did. They trapped the middle ball screen.
Courtney Vandersloot returned from her torn ACL in the game Friday against Portland. Dishes into the paint. Williams bobbles the rebound. Vandersloot can't handle it either. And it's out of bounds. Vandersloot chuckles, knowing she should have had it.
Hot potato inside.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. The grease pig. Fumble drill. The two vets.
Having some fun.
Yes.
That's going to be on Sheldon for wrapping around Asia Wilson.
First foul. At the limit. Next one, the bonus.
Now that Vandersloot is a part of the rotation, Tyler Marsh has a pretty good guard package that can play up-tempo, and he can put this defensive team on the floor right here. They're playing 5 out offensively.
Wilson, scoop shot. Vandersloot finds Cloud. Whips Vandersloot. One more. Corner three. And that was great ball movement. Koulibaly couldn't pay it off. Young shoulder shake. Wilson tries this one. That splashed.
Her 18th triple of the season.
That is her first three in her last 12 attempts. And you mentioned her 18 made threes this year. She made just 25 last season. Clearly a point of emphasis in her game. She's worked at it. Results paying off.
Good hands.
Deflected Lloyd into the hands of Wilson.
Wilson did make 31 in 2022, so she might be tracking for 30 for her career best at 31 or more.
And that's a tough foul on Sheldon because it'll be free throws.
Look at your 6'4", relocate, get organized behind the three-point line. Get those A1s behind that stripe.
Holds the release to make sure you know. And yet we do know, four-time MVP. And that foul on Sheldon, team's 5th. So it means Jackie Young shoots 2. Suddenly, it's back up to 17. Let's check in with Emily.
We all know Asia Wilson's list of accomplishments is longer than a CVS receipt. So I asked her just how she keeps that drive alive, and it's really not complicated. She told me, and you can see it on her face, she said, I just love this game. She said, I don't take a game or a possession for granted. So ultimately, it's all about just the joy that she plays with. And she is one of the smiliest players I've seen on this court tonight.
I know you said CVS receipt, but looking at my expense reports, CBS receipt is kind of the same thing, a long list. Inside Sheldon off the back of the rim. And Young deflects the rebound, stays with the sky. Williams dances around the rim, won't go. She hits the ground hard and gets fouled. Smith is the one who gets called. That's her 4th foul.
I saw Elizabeth Williams' brother earlier at halftime. He came over and said hello. Mark Williams plays for the Phoenix Suns. 2 great shot blockers in that household.
Suns making a lot of changes today.
I looked him up today because I was curious. I was hoping we might see him or we get to talk about him, but they both average 1 career block shot a game. She actually has a couple of decimal points higher.
All right, so you know the sibling rivalry as we take a look at that last sequence. Yeah, Coulibaly got hit up high. Tough to see, elbow contact going for the ball.
Yeah, I think that's
Previous plays under review for a hostile act.
just an unfortunate basketball play right here for the rebound. Melissa Smith going up, coming down, trying to come down with 2 hands with the ball, and Coulibaly there to deflect and catches it in the nose.
Coulibaly, who just signed that rest of season contract, had already utilized 10 of her 12 activations on her developmental contract. Somebody whose work ethic stands out amongst the Sky veterans. Natasha Cloud says that she works her tail off, shows that she has that dog in her, so you know she's tough, and will do what she can to try to get back in this. Meanwhile, they're still taking a look. Really enjoyed practice earlier on this year, going to a Sky practice and seeing Cloud, how vocal she is. Just one of the many veteran leaders of this team, but she brings the energy, she brings the leadership, and you need that. You know, despite the team with a 6-12 record, keep them upbeat. And contact up high. You're looking at wind-up, impact, and follow-through. There's just impact because of the natural flow of the play, but
I think it's just unfortunate.
Randy Richardson, Tony Patillo, Gerda Gatling are the officials.
There is impact, but there's no wind-up, and
anytime the head area is involved, you're going to at least get a look.
I know. It's just players get hit in the face, you know, and it's a tough one because there's obviously some injury. She went back to the locker room.
Looks like Randy Richardson is ready to give us the lowdown.
After review of the play, there's a loose ball foul over number 3, Melissa Smith.
After review, it's been determined that the contact is going to be deemed a loose ball foul on Smith. The game clock is going to be reset to 49.9. Number 35 is going to shoot 2 shots for Chicago, and we play off the make a miss.
Just a common foul. They utilize the stoppage to correct the clock. And Coulibaly was injured and went to the back, so she won't be able to shoot the free throws. So usually it'll be the opportunity for, unless it was a flagrant opportunity for the other team to choose off who would shoot the free throws. Unless, again, it was a flagrant, then the team that was fouled would be able to choose who would shoot the free throw. And I think that's what they're sorting out here. These looks of these coaches. Intense. But they also just want the game to move.
I think you can pick someone that's already on the floor, or you can substitute. You have to substitute, obviously. If she can't come back, if she can't shoot the free throws, I'm not sure she can come back in the game.
And it's Vandersloot who is a career 81% free throw shooter. She'll shoot these.
I mean, I hate when people get hit in the face, but people got hit in the face all the time, and there were never fouls called. I don't know. I just wish we could clean that part of it up.
So just to reset everything that happened in that sequence, Smith foul, her 5th. So she's one away from being done.
It was a rebound.
Yeah, hey, it's a basketball play, and then the officials, they looked to the monitor and said, hey, there's nothing extra there. It's a common foul. But again, just with the safety issue these days, anytime you're going to have contact up high, that's going to trigger the mechanic for the officials to go to take a look at it. Sometimes you hope they take a quicker look at it. As Williams skies to the rim and lays this one in.
Now that's an aggressive take. Not many free throws on the afternoon for Chicago, but Elizabeth Williams is going to get a trip right here for an and one.
Can a stoppage like that almost be a boost for the sky? And Williams, her free throw mechanic, that's known throughout the league, the 37% free throw shooter this season. So you just have to be on the lookout for the hitch. But I was going to mention for Chicago, you had a little bit of a delay to regather yourself. Perhaps a chance to reset before the start of the 4th?
Definitely give you a chance. Every stoppage now helps Chicago. Takes the flow and rhythm away from Las Vegas.
Gray wants back of the rim 3. Taylor outlets Cloud with the shot clock turned off. Tyler Marsh on the sideline telling his team to hold for 1. Taylor, nobody picks her up. High off the glass, won't fall. Sheldon, loose change, yes ma'am. And that'll end the 3rd. Something for this crowd to get excited about at the end of 3.
He did outscore. Aces only outscored him by 2 points in that 3rd quarter.
25-23, the last 2, these 2 by Sheldon.
Available on the glass, crashing the glass on the last possession. As when you have the last possession, everyone should crash the glass. All 5.
There's no downside. There's not going to be any transition opportunities. Right. There's Coulibaly back. Aisha Coulibaly was hit up towards the head by an elbow. Just going for the rebound from Smith for her 5th foul. Coulibaly went to the locker room for a minute, and she's back on the bench. So that's great to see for Chicago. If you're just joining us, this game started NASCAR pace. Both teams had 31 points in the 1st quarter, but it was Becky Hammond's team in the 2nd that took control of the game and had a double-digit lead at halftime. You mentioned it, the 3rd quarter was close, but the difference right now has been that monster 2nd.
Little zone right here out of the 4th quarter by Vegas.
Looks like Chicago are ready for it. Cardoso got it in close. And can't get a second chance look. It's wrestled away.
And Vegas is going to put Cardoso in ball screen action. She's guarding Asia Wilson.
Those 2 in the far corner. Screen off the ball. Shot clock at 5. Gray looks at it to her post game. Creates some space. Chisels. It hits. Chelsea Gray's unstoppable.
Has perfected the fadeaway in the paint.
Her vision and then her ability to get her own shot when she needs to. Complete player.
Big guard with great vision.
Cardoso, a pass on the run to find her fellow big in Stevens. One more across the leg. Cardoso deposits 2. She's putting together an all-star caliber season. Of course, the all-star game in Chicago at the United Center. Wilson rolls to the rim, gets it up towards the glass, and will be rewarded with free throws.
Everybody's got to be ready to help. Cardoso in ball screen coverage pulled away from the rim. But when she's on the offensive end, these are the numbers that she had coming into the game. I got to thinking after she didn't miss any shots and only dribbled twice in the last game, I thought, I wonder how many times she dribbled all season. So I watched every one of her made field goals. She had 37 dribbles to score 99 baskets. 4 times she made a 2-dribble move, and 1 time she made a 3-dribble move.
All right, that took a lot of effort because she's, A, scored a lot of baskets, And then how did you count them? Did you have like a tally system, or did you literally write 1, 2, 3?
No, I charted. You know, I watched them, and if she dribbled, I marked it down. If she didn't dribble, it can't. You know, it speaks a lot to how deep she catches, how quickly they run stuff to her, and how quickly she gets to the pick and roll game with her ability to get to the rim quicker.
Just being efficient with your movement.
Yeah, and they can't double team her.
Lloyd hit 2 threes in that second quarter to help gain that separation for Las Vegas. Young for Wilson, looking for her second 3. Cardoso with a great box out. In her 3rd season, Cardoso, part of that 2024 draft class, where Chicago has 3 of the players that were picked early in that class. Sydney Taylor was undrafted, went to Europe for a couple of years, and now is balling inside.
15 points, and that one was with range.
Young off the glass and in.
They just have Chicago all spread out with their defense.
Game high 26 for Jackie Young. Stevens deep seal. Tried the outlet. Lloyd got a hand on it. Skylar Diggins reinserted. She's just 1 for 9 shooting in this game. Her Midwest return season after being out west 14 years as a professional. Notre Dame standout.
Oh, no.
Looked like Asia Wilson rolled her ankle on the way down from tipping that pass. And that is the concern for the thousands gathered at some of the game's best.
I just love getting number advantage, whether it's in transition like 3-on-2 is what people most think about, but you can get numbers side to side, 2-on-1 or 2-on-1 at the rim. That's why you run ball screen covers, to get an advantage.
That's why coaches have those sleepless nights trying to figure out how to get those advantages. As Cardoso will have an advantage of the free throw line. Still within striking distance if Chicago can put together a stretch. We'll let the crowd serenade. Even on the road, Asia Wilson has fans everywhere, and she's cleared to return.
I mean, it's scary, right? And she's turning around, looking at her people going, I'm good. Now she's coming back in the game.
Part of the reason you played this game from Wintrust Arena to the United Center, more people could see one of the greatest of all time. And she's powering through again. Just a couple of minutes ago, rolled the ankle on the way down on the defensive end.
Chris, the product is the narrative. How many times have you heard me say it? The product is so good in the league. Look how talented these women are. They play at such a fast rate, too. They accelerate through their actions. They cut hard. They move hard. They scheme well.
So many great stories throughout the league as well. Cardoso foul there.
See how Asia's moving right here, just like normal, posting up, showing to the basketball, drawing a foul on Cardoso.
Looks to be moving sharply, although has that ball slip right through her fingers. Races back on defense, communicates. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Gray got a piece of the ball, but might have got a piece of the wrist as well.
As well as Las Vegas is shooting the basketball now, they've just dipped below 56% for the game. Chicago has stayed in striking distance here.
Thursday, July 9th. Summer's guiltiest pleasure is back. Expect the unexpected. A new season of betrayals, backstabs, blindsides begins. Big Brother premieres Thursday, July 9th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Missed 2. And that doesn't allow them to pick up full court pressure either. I think they've got to speed up the game on this end of the floor defensively.
As a team, 8 of 12 from the free throw line. You need to take advantage of all the freebies. Down double figures in the fourth. Natasha Cloud, that is foul number 5.
That's the 3rd team foul. Vegas has 2 team fouls.
Chicago down double digits. They know all about comebacks. They've been, unfortunately, on the bad end of a couple of rough ones this season. That whistle off ball. This second half has been much more choppy when it comes to whistles. Taylor's second foul. And that first quarter had that playground, up and down, bucket after bucket.
And Las Vegas is an excellent free throw shooting team, so you certainly don't want to put them in the bonus.
Courtney Vandersloot reinserted for Cloud.
Tyler Marsh staying with what is a bigger lineup when you have Cardoso and Stevens on the floor.
And those are the two forwards, or forward and center, in the starting lineup that Coach Marsh goes with. There's a lot of different ways to deploy his roster. Wilson thought that she was in the act. She will head to the free throw line. Third on Cardoso. She was in the act, but in the bonus anyway. So regardless, the 83% free throw shooter, 2 with the strike. 21 for the Aces. She has a double-double in this game. 22 and 11. Also 3 steals. Another masterpiece for Wilson. How about this week in the W? A'ja Wilson's 53 was tied. There's Vandersloot off balance leader. Cardoso got it inside.
What a move. Weak side rebound and a finish at the rim.
A'ja Wilson had that 53 back in 2023. Marina Mabry, 53 this week for
53.
Toronto.
Amazing.
Lloyd from distance. And a rebound shuttles to Skylar Diggins. I have a feeling with the pace in the league this year, it's only a matter of time before 53 is exceeded. Right now, three-way tie.
I would believe that's going to happen. Somebody gets hot, makes a bunch of threes.
Stevens rolls, great pivot. And it's suddenly a single-digit game.
That's what I'm talking about. Can't separate enough. Chicago hanging around.
Cardoso with 22. You have Stevens with 21. So the starting 4 and 5 are bringing it offensively. Wilson, size mismatch. Oh, and she gets hit after the fact. Takes a licking, but keeps on ticking.
Great patience by Chelsea Gray to wait till A'ja got the mismatch and shaped up to the ball.
Vandersloot races to the rack. And a couple of free throws coming. Third on Jewel Lloyd.
So this is where Becky Hammond was talking to us before the game about her defense. You know, about their defense fuels their offense. And that, you know, she's concerned about them getting stops when they need to. They played flawless in the first half. 60 points, shot 60%. A really well-oiled offensive machine. But these are the times in the game where they've got to be able to tighten up right here.
Well, Becky was frustrated. Remember after that Dallas loss where they lost by 30. To the point where she felt like her team this year had been outscoring teams versus beating teams. And there's a difference between the two. Their standard is to beat them, all phases.
Well, and Tyler Marsh, remember, he told Emily, they got to feel us in our presence physically, defensively.
Gray, Cash.
It's hard to do it when you got a inside 10-second on the shot clock, unscripted shot maker.
Approaching 4 in the fourth. And number 4, Diggins, delivers to Cardoso. And it's been a parade to the free throw line for the Sky.
See how quickly Cardoso gets out of that screening action and rolls to the rim? I mean, she does a really nice job. And this is just Chelsea Gray. Big guard in the paint, fadeaway jumper with no defensive answer for that.
Having size at that lead guard spot. Also having size at that center spot if you're Chicago and Cardoso. averaging over 20 points per game in her last 5.
Becky Hammond also told us 3 or 4 times a game, Chelsea Gray will call out the set before she has to tell her what she wants, and it was going to be exactly the same set she wanted her to call.
They're sharing a brain at this point. Talbot airball. Wilson chased, did save it, but against the Vandersloot, who's fouled by Carter in the backcourt. Now, Chicago in the bonus, so that's a difficult foul to just take about 80 feet away.
Yeah, because it stops the clock and puts an excellent free throw shooter on the line. Courtney Vandersloot, welcome back. We're glad to see you. All WNBA fans happy that you're back.
Second all-time in league history in assists. Check in with Emily.
Well, obviously, we're all glad, as you said, that Sloot is back. And she told me this was her first ever surgery, her longest rehab she'd ever gone through. So the anticipation leading into that game was absolutely killing her. But she said, this is why I play the game. She said, I just genuinely love to play, and not being out there was horrible. So I asked her what it was like to be back, and she just said, man, I'm just so happy.
I mean, that brings me chills that somebody who's 37 years old, over a decade and a half in the league, still feel that step into the floor when it's the first time in a long time. Gray off right side. Chicago has a chance here. Down 7, just over 3. Left to go in this fourth.
Looking for that high-low.
Oh, Wilson denies. Adds to her defensive resume. Like this matchup if you're Gray, and an immediate whistle.
Freedom of movement call on Stevens, not allowing Asia Wilson to cut to the ball.
And both teams over the limit. Fourth foul on Stevens, so 2 free throws for Wilson. Free throws 11 and 12.
Wonder if Tyler Marsh is going to consider going offense-defense here. Go back to that small lineup on defense.
Well, a couple of substitutions here. And yeah, at least downsizing a bit. Koulibaly in for Stevens. Cloud back in for Vandersloot. Just another day in the office.
For the leading scorer in the league.
Right at her average.
We only saw 1 possession of zone by Vegas, too, to start the second half. And Diggins drills it from triple. That's just her second 3 of the game.
It's only her second field goal of the game. Just a 2-possession contest. Young between the rings with 6 to shoot. Wrap pass, tough receive. Wilson somehow vacuums, and Wilson is fouled. But it will be Wilson at the line out of this stoppage.
Yeah, they're 8 for 10 from the free throw line since the end of the third quarter. So they have been aggressive trying to get inside that Las Vegas defense.
Closest this game has been since it was 42-36 back in the second quarter, where Wilson extends the lead. The 6th time this season the Aces have scored 100. 101. Second most in the league, over 100 points.
To Indiana, who's 7 times has gone over 100.
Foul on a 3. Diggins needed that. She'll head to the line. And again, that continues, as I mentioned, the parade to the free throw line in the fourth.
Yes, this is a mistake right here, Las Vegas. Good screen and roll. Talbot late. 3 free throws for Diggins.
Talbot getting some closing minutes, at least for now. She's a starter, but plays about 19 minutes per game. Diggins first of 3.
Cardoso with a good screen, and then you see on the elbow right there, Talbot with the foul.
You leave him at the line. Frustrating for the folks here at the United Center. Ooh, 1 of 3.
1 for 5 in the game. From the line is Skylar Diggins.
It's been a rough go from the floor and from the line, but can her team dig deep? Still in it. Chiseling.
Oh.
Somehow it goes. Jackie Young has been brilliant.
Such tough shot making by Jackie Young all game.
Oh, they left open Coulibaly in transition, but the pass just out of her reach. And a bad turnover.
Jackie Young comes off this right here. Drop coverage by Cardoso. Cardoso does enough to slow her down, but then she just overpowers Diggins with the size in the mid-range.
She has the speed. She has the shot. She just showed the herky-jerky game. She's got it all.
It's a good job of reading the second level by Jackie Young. Waiting till Cardoso clears.
Joel Lloyd. In and out. Diggins grabs. Chicago with pace. 90 seconds to go. Diggins. Front iron and off. Just can't find the flow.
Let's see if they trap this ball screen.
There's the bump. And more free throws coming. Number 12 fouls number 12. Third on Taylor. And Chelsea Gray, 91% free throw shooter, can give Las Vegas a double-digit lead.
I mean, Chicago's going to go back and look, see they had opportunities. Missed free throws, turnover late. You can't have game slippage at this level in this game. The teams are too talented, and they've been in so many fourth quarter 1 or 2 or 3 possession games.
Yeah, Becky Hammond was saying Chicago much better than their record. You see some of their games that have slipped away late in the fourth quarter. They had a losing streak of 6 recently. 4 of those games in a row, the Sky had led in the fourth quarter. That won't be the story here. No lead in the fourth. Down 11, 1:21 left. Meanwhile, Las Vegas, this would be their 10th win in their last 12 games. A slowish start to the year where they were 4-3. And of course, they've taken off.
I think when they have great balance, they are so tough to guard. They move the ball, they accelerate through their actions. They're a highly efficient offensive team in the first half.
Our game reset, Instacart, each team 1 timeout. Still have the reset. Of course, the challenge for Las Vegas coming up, the Commissioner's Cup final on Tuesday against the Liberty. That'll be
a good one.
That'll be another classic. Asia Wilson will look to get another Commissioner's Cup championship. She's been strong here in Chicago.
Well, she leads the league in scoring for a reason. There's not many places on the floor where she can't impact winning plays